Radio Chingalo so that we may be one through the cross. Good afternoon with the main news. My name is Sarah Damina. Kindly be informed that we're also streaming live on our Radio Chingalo Facebook page, and you can also listen to us via Radio Garden. The headlines: Teach children their mother tongue. Hand over of the Black Mountain to boost business. Chipolopolo striker Justin Shonga shine for his new South African club, Sekhukhune United. Now the news in detail. As Zambia joins the international community in commemorating Mother Language Day under the theme Using Technology for Multilingual Learning, Challenges and Opportunities, Quito residents have emphasized the importance of teaching children their mother tongue. The day is observed every year to promote linguistic and cultural diversity and multilingualism, and recognizes the language and multilingualism can advance inclusion and sustainability development goals, focusing on leaving no one behind. Speaking to Radio Chamberlain News, the resident said local language should be embraced and be taught at a tender age. Some, however, said mother tongue helps one to understand certain things and even eases the translation into foreign languages.
Understand. Because if you understand, it's a should program defi. Kwa things yamu, I feel when I'm soon at swimmer, I understand. Telling you that you get soon, check out or run that in the policy, the power of worship, but you zone, but I shall come. And you as a vernacular language. So that I'm going out quick when say, I started presenting another professional. Time you want to be here, contact the end of this who was can't dish it. I'm going to watch him. I used to have a thing. Abana mesukula one time everybody could get up that was quite bench and Amphia which do what you are feeling Kurana England and
An NGO called the Zero Science and Technology Trust, DS80, has called on government to ensure that most schools have science laboratories to encourage more pupils to take up science and research programs. Organization Executive Director Veronica Mwaba said laboratories with modern equipment enables better teaching and improves students' performance in sciences. Ms. Mwaba said DS80 was happy that Education Minister Douglas Siakalima has announced plans to construct laboratories in all schools across the country. She has told Radio Chamberlain News that the Ministry of Education must also improve the teacher-pupil ratio in line with improving pupils' performance in sciences.
It is good news for teachers and pupils taking science subjects. Teachers will be encouraged to deliver high-quality programs. There is evidence that laboratories with modern equipment enables better teaching and improves student performance. Therefore, building laboratories is a critical component of a learning environment in schools and universities. An improved environment will provide a platform to gain more insights and satisfy people's curiosity towards science and research.
Some women and youths in Quito have taken advantage of the partial handover of the Black Mountain to put up makeshift restaurants near the slag dump. A check by Radio Chamberlain News at the Black Mountain found young men busy erecting makeshift restaurants before operations could resume at the site. Speaking to Radio Chamberlain News at the site today, the women and youth said they will be selling foodstuffs to the would-be workers at the Black Mountain.
Kuno siri chika tulipanga ama restaurant wabula chitisabana mayo yo tulipanga So I am approaching to
ningufa kuinolo ndiwansanso mulandu wako vachikuti katika mushumu walichida ifo varumendo nga vale isulo nga vale bomboku koko vana mautura kwatena ero chakonga po chindio chonalala ndesho ndoterisana chako vatina vavika community na ifo tisekeremo vangana wese navakuzadire pano pali amarestaurant otukala isula kukula chichako kwalya vale bomboku
And anxiety has gripped Kitwe residents who are trekking to Kitwe District Commissioner's office asking on how to register for cooperatives. Kitwe District Commissioner Lawrence Mwanza has since asked residents to remain calm and ensure that they submit details of their cooperatives with a detailed business plan, as this would enable them get funding to operate at the Black Mountain.
So the monies will be given to them, you can assure them, but they just have to do what is right by bringing cooperatives. You cannot help individually. They're encouraging groups so that they can work together in these groups. And this money is for their businesses. That's the reason why we are requesting that they put a business plan or proposal in their document. Immediately we have these funds, we are going to look into another factor where we want to engage people to train them with financial literacy so that at the end of it, we need to achieve job creation.
Meanwhile, the Association of Zambian Women in Mining says there is need to formalize their cooperatives across the country so that members could fully benefit from the operations at the Black Mountain. Association President Grace Efrati toward a media briefing in Kitwe today.
We have something in our hands which we never had in the past 56 years. We thank His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema for this gesture. As women in mining, we were lacking equipment, such as excavators, such as dampers, such as jackhammers, such as lowbacks. But now I think with this empowerment that has been given to us, by His grace, we are going to acquire all these things. The Commonwealth women together, we are working as a team.
Pope Francis says Jesus Christ's love gives Christians the strength to serve even their enemies. The Pope told crowds in St. Peter's Square gathered for the Angelus yesterday that turning the other cheek to overcome evil with good opens a breach in the heart of the enemy and remove hatred. The Pope's remarks reflected on the Sunday Gospel reading from the Gospel of Luke 6th chapter, where Jesus Christ tells his disciples, love your enemies, do good to those who hurt you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. This is according to the Catholic News Agency monitored by Radio Ichengele News. In business news, traders in Ndola have bemoaned the continued fluctuation of the kwacha against other convertible currencies. And a check by Radio Ichengele in Ndola has found that the kwacha is trading between 17.34 and 17 kwacha as of today. But some traders talked to have said the instability in the Zambian currency is affecting businesses. They said prices of imported goods have also continued to be unstable due to the volatility of the kwacha, which has since continued to be unstable.
So ngabalunda fiyatula lokwanisha impela yafuthi yakusangisa mangibeyo kwacha bayamzina ngalo like papa orders so immediately dollar ngaya it means like dollar ngaya post it means lot waya kuya tabatho lokho basithola kulokho ngibona yena kaya basta kwatise ukukhala post it's why she not back home the kilo utapo mtengo wosu.
A check at SC Bureau de Change found the kwacha trading at 17 and also at 17.34 as buying and selling prices. At Prestige, the kwacha was selling at 17.55 and buying at 17.20 kwacha, while at Golden Coin Bureau the kwacha was 16.70 and 17 as buying and selling prices. Of late, the Zambian currency has been trading between 17 and 18 kwacha against the US dollar. In sports, Chipolopolo striker Justin Shonga last night shined for his new South African club, Sekhukhune United, in their league match victory. Shonga scored one goal when Sekhukhune beat Baroka FC 4-0 in a league encounter on Sunday night. Speaking to reporters, Shonga expressed his happiness to start life at Sekhukhune United with a goal.
No, it's a nice feeling. It's a good start for me because, football-wise, I've been struggling to settle in teams. I would say it's a good start, and I just want to keep the momentum because, when you are playing for a new club and just allowed you need to adapt to the way they play, you have to work extra hard for you to put yourself in the first starting 11 because there's the starting 11 for the teams who have to push yourself. So I'm going to keep on pushing hard. I'm so happy with the start, so I'll keep going.
This news broadcast comes to you in the community service of Verde Chenglo with compliments of Mo's Milling. And now international news is monitored from the BBC.
Russia has said there are no concrete plans yet for a meeting in person between Vladimir Putin and Joe Biden to discuss the Ukraine crisis. Earlier, the US and France said a summit between the two presidents had been agreed in principle, as long as Moscow did not invade its neighbor. From Moscow, Steve Rosenberg reports.
The Kremlin spokesman said for now, diplomacy would continue on the foreign minister level. That contradicts what the White House and the Elysee Palace had suggested earlier, that a US-Russia summit had been agreed in principle, conditional to no Russian military escalation in Ukraine. Meanwhile, President Putin this morning is chairing a session of Russia's powerful Security Council. The Kremlin made it clear this was not a regular Security Council meeting.
The chief minister of the Indian state of Karnataka has appealed for calm to ease communal tensions in the city of Shivamogga after a Hindu activist was fatally stabbed. The call by the chief minister was issued after reports of violent protests and arson. An Iranian fighter jet has crashed, leaving 3 people dead in the northwestern city of Tabriz. Reports say it hit an empty school, killing the 2 pilots and another person in a car nearby. Video footage from the scene showed firefighters tackling burning wreckage. The British Prime Minister Boris Johnson will set out his plans today to scrap all remaining COVID legal restrictions in England, including the requirement to isolate. Damien Grammaticus reports.
The legal duty to isolate if you have COVID-19 is one of the last measures in place in England. It will go if cabinet ministers meeting this morning agree with Boris Johnson. He said at the weekend that he was not asking people to throw caution to the wind. He believed guidance to act responsibly along with vaccines and treatments rather than legal prohibitions were now enough to control the disease. Mr. Johnson said COVID remained dangerous, particularly for vulnerable individuals, but the country did not need to keep spending £2 billion a month on mass free testing.
As we end our main news bulletin, we take a look at some of the stories making headlines again. Teach children their mother tongue. Handover of the Black Mountain to boost business. Chipolopolo striker Justin Shonga shined for his new South African club, Sekhukhune United. For these and more stories, do remember to visit the Radio Chingilo Facebook page. To play a part in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic by adhering to safety guidelines as outlined by the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization by wearing a face mask whenever you're in public, avoiding large groups and maintaining social distance. Also remember to avoid unnecessary movements. Do wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds. Cover your cough or sneeze with a flexed elbow, handkerchief, or tissue. On behalf of the entire newsroom and Constance Kalunga, the sound technician on duty, my name is Sarah Tamina. Thank you so much and have a blessed Monday.